Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. We'll begin with a short meditation. Kindly sit straight and make sure your vertebral column, spinal column is erect. Slowly close your eyes. Try to focus your awareness on your breath. Breathing normally, but with full awareness of each and every inhalation and exhalation that occurs through your body. As you also watch your breath, feel the relaxation that occurs through the awareness of the breath. Feel completely relaxed now. We'll now chant Om 3 times. As we chant Om, feel the sound coming from deep within you and visualize the sound going upwards along your spine, cleansing your body, your mind, the atmosphere around you as the vibrations of Om come out of the body. Now kindly take a deep breath. Feel the reverberations of Om in each and every part of your body. And now, as you breathe in, chant the mantra Ma silently along with your in-breath, and Om when you breathe out. Ma is a representation of divine love and Om of divine light. As you breathe in and out chanting Ma and Om, feel your heart swelling up with that divine love. And when you chant Ma, And when you chant Om, feel your heart being filled with that divine light. So continue like this for some time. The sounds of Ma and Om become more and more subtle. instead of the sound of Ma and Om, feel the vibrations within. Now imagine the divine love and the light filling your heart and overflowing with that love and light. And your heart opening up like a flower bud that opens up into a beautiful and fragrant flower, giving sweetness and joy to everyone who looks at it. Imagine your heart to be filled with that divine love, light, peace, silence and contentment and bliss. Now visualize the light going out from your heart to all the beings, like the rays of the sun, and as the light falls on each and every one of them, they also become more loving, more peaceful, more blissful, more silent, and more content. And while imagining so, we'll chant the Loka Samasta prayer 9 times. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Dhyayamo Dhavlavagundhanapatim Tejomayim Nashtikim Snigdha Pangavilokinim Bhagavadim Mandasmidashri Mukhim Valsalyamritavarshiniim sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shyamangim Madhasikta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Ishwarim. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loga Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhadarayanam Sutrabhashya Kradau Vande Bhagavandau Punah Punaha Ishwarau Guru Ragmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. In the last session, we looked at the magic of Lord Krishna's flute and how the gopis were enchanted by the music of the flute, the sound of the flute, and it would just pull them towards Lord Krishna. I was also thinking, when Amma, you must have heard some of the songs which Amma sang alone, which is recorded in her room. And if you hear those songs, it's very so heart-rendering and just calling us. It feels like Amma is calling us, and we feel drawn so much to those songs which Amma recorded. Anyway, so as I was also saying, the flute was an instrument just to enhance the devotion of the gopis by Lord Krishna also. So he used every opportunity, just like our Amma does. Every opportunity has been used to invoke that devotion and that closeness to Lord Krishna. And now we come to one of the very controversial aspects of the life of Lord Krishna, as well as in the Srimad Bhagavatam also, which is the stealing of the gopis' clothes. Many people have asked several questions, which we can deal with that later, but we'll start with this. At the beginnings of the winter season, which is known as Himanta, the maidens of Vrija observed the vows connected with the worship of Katyayani, that is the Divine Mother, subsisting only on sacrificial food. O king, bathing in the river at sunrise, they installed a sand image of the Devi on the bank of the Kalindi river and worshipped her with sandal paste, garlands of sweet-smelling flowers, incense, light sprouts of leaves, fruits, cereals, and food offerings of various kinds. O Devi Katyayani, thou mighty cosmic power and mistress of all, deign to make Nanda's son my husband. My salutations to thee. And repeating this mantra, these maidens of Vrija worshipped the Devi. For a month did they worship the Devi in this way, with their minds fixed on Krishna, praying that they might get him as their husband. Every day they would wake up at dawn, group themselves according to families, and march to the Kalindi river, hand in hand, singing songs on Krishna very loudly. One day, as usual, they deposited their clothes on the river bank and began to sport joyously in the water, singing songs of the Lord. And Krishna, the worshipful Lord and the master of all, or yoga, on knowing about the worship that these maidens were performing, went to the spot that day, surrounded by his comrades, in order to bestow on the girls the fruits of their rites. Collecting all their clothes, he quickly went up a kadamba tree nearby, and laughing with the boys, said to the maidens mockingly, "Girls, you may come here and each take her own cloth. And I'm not joking. I want to help you, who have been weakened by so much by your fasts and other observances. I have never spoken an untruth. These are my friends, will bear witness. Come singly or in groups and receive the clothes." Hearing these jesting words of the Lord, the gopis, immersed in love, looked smiling bashfully at one another, but did not come out of the water. Taken aback by these shockingly jocular words of Govinda, the gopis who were shivering in neck-deep water pleaded, "O respected one, do not persist in this improper act. Such low behavior does not befit one who is a son of Nanda, our chief, and one who is so deeply loved and held in such high esteem in Brija. We are shivering with cold, so please give back the clothes. O blue-complexioned one, O paragon of beauty, we are your handmaids, ready to carry out your orders. But give us our clothes. Being a knower of right conduct, you do well understand the impropriety of your present action. Or else we shall complain to our chieftain, your father." The Lord replied, "Well, if you are my handmaids, do as I say. Come up here, smiling, and each receive her garment." When all these girls, weakened by fast and shivering in cold, came out of the water covering their private parts with their palms, the worshipful Lord, pleased with the innocence of these young maidens, put the clothes on his shoulder and said smilingly, "You are observing a vow, and yet you are bathing in the river without any garment. This is a transgression against the deities. To atone for this, you have to place both your hands in salutation on the crown of your head and then make a full prostration on the ground. After that, you will receive your clothes." Learning from the Lord's words that it is a violation of the vow to bathe nude in the holy river, they, in order to correct their mistake and complete the vow, made prostrations before Him who is the bestower of the fruits of all vows, observances, and rites. For He is the antidote to all sins and imperfections. Seeing them thus prostrating, the worshipful Lord, the son of Devaki, was highly gracious to them for their act of absolute self-surrender and gave them their clothes. Their clothes were stolen. They were deceived by being told that it was against the rules of the vow to bathe nude in the river. They were forced to abandon their sense of shame when they were asked to go near and receive the clothes. They were mocked at when they were asked to accept a joke as truth. They were treated like toys in being asked to hold their hands in salutation and to prostrate. In spite of all this, they did not feel the least resentment, because it gave them the bliss of communion with the Lord. They put on their dress but did not move on from the place. They only stood there, stealing bashful glances at the Lord, their minds being enthralled and captivated by his proximity. And the worshipful Lord, knowing that the object of these girls in observing the vows and worship was to be blessed with a place at his feet, said to them as follows: O virtuous girls, I have understood that the object you have in your mind is to serve me. It has my approval, and it will therefore fructify soon. Sexual passion directed towards me with complete absorption in me will not end in sensual enjoyment. Just as grain, boiled or fried, loses its germinating capacity, association with me destroys the sensuous nature of passion. O you paragons of virtue, you go back to Vraja now. The object with which you observe this worship of the goddess will before long be fulfilled. You will soon sport with me on moonlit autumnal nights. Sri Shuka said, having attained their object, these young girls, as directed by the Lord, went back to Brija with great difficulty, having their minds absorbed in the contemplation of the Lord. So as I said earlier, in this scene will be a very controversial one, asking questions. Why did the Lord steal their clothes? Why did they ask them to come without clothes? And all these things. And one of the answers with Lord Krishna himself is saying is, sexual passion directed towards me with complete absorption in me will not end in sensual enjoyment, just as grain, boiled or fried, loses its germinating capacity. And the Lord says, associating with him destroys the sensuous nature of passion. So, in one sense, let me just read out this footnote, which was written by the author, or the translator, I would say. See, he says, Krishna snatching away the robes of the bathing gopis and asking them to come up from the water and stand up with arms uplifted to receive their robes from him, sitting atop a tree, is the theme of this chapter. After reading it, a critic may see in it nothing but the unabashed act of an Eve teaser. But contrary to this estimate, the Bhakti scriptures find in it the measure of purity of the gopis. This can be understood only when it is realized that this incident gives symbolic expression to a great truth of the spiritual realm. The Bhagavata describes itself at the start as a text that delineates the dharma of the Paramahamsas, that is, of those who have thrown away all false values and ignoble passions of the heart. So it is this idea that is expounded herein. Cloth representing symbolically all those false values which stand as a separating screen between the Jiva and the Paramatma, the Lord, making him a stranger to the Jiva. So, you understand what they are trying to say is that in the beginning of Bhagavata, they had already said that, this text delineates the dharma of the Paramahamsas, meaning those who have given up false values and also the passions of the heart. So if one wants to look at it from that perspective, it is completely wrong as to what Lord Krishna did. But at the same time, that's why they're saying you have to go beyond that. You shouldn't look at it like that. And here also, there's also talking about the symbolism behind taking the clothes off. He's saying that the cloth is representing symbolically all the false values. False values meaning, the shame, the fear, and all those things which arise in our mind and which stand as a separating screen between the jiva, that is the individual being, and the Lord being the Paramatman. And it is said in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, a true Paramahamsa of our age, we find that when he started meditation on the divine in his early days, he was observed to throw away his clothes and ethnopavita, that is a sacred thread, and sit naked in a solitary place meditating. And when he was asked for an explanation, all he said was, "I do so because, thus freed from all ties, one should call on the Lord." From his birth, man labors under the 8 bondages of hatred, fear, shame, aversion, egoism, vanity, pride of the noble birth, and obsession with the formalities of good conduct. And when one calls on the mother, one should discard these bondages and call on her with a concentrated mind. This is why I put off all this. So one who has discarded all these bondages is called in the spiritual terminology in India as an avaduta, or one who has shaken off all bondages of false values. An avaduta is therefore supposed to go about without any clothing symbolizing these bondages. The gopis are the jivas that have become avadutas, who have shaken off all the 8 bondages mentioned here and have become fit to receive the Lord as their own. So this episode is therefore put as a prelude to Rasa Leela, the dance, which is an artistic and symbolic description of the consummation of the spiritual striving for the attainment of the Lord. This is, however, not to deny the factuality of the incidents of Krishna's life, but only to show that it should be studied in the proper perspective. So, a couple of things we have to understand here also. You remember when Lord Brahma came and snatched away the gopis, the gopas, and the cows, and the calves. Do you remember that? So, you remember what happened? So, for 1 year, they were gone. And they appeared after 1 year, but Lord, that is Lord Krishna, through his Yogamaya, had created the same gopas, the cows and the calves, and for the others, it did not seem like they were missing. And Lord Brahma brought them back after 1 year. And so he was amazed to find out how the Lord had really replaced all these gopas, calves, cows, and all these things exactly the way it was. And at the end of that story, This is the most important point. At the end of that story, here, King Parikshit is asking that to Shuka, Lord Shuka. Parikshit is asking to Lord Shuka, what happened that 1 year? Where did that 1 year go? So, Lord Shuka says that, that when the Brahma returned, it was already one year just had passed. So, at that time, do you remember how old was Lord Krishna? 5. Somebody said the right one. Somebody is listening. So it was 5. He was 5 at that time. So think about this. And this must have happened when the 6th year they brought it back. And this must have happened the 7th or 8th or maximum 9th year. So first of all, Lord Krishna was only 9 years old. He was still a very young boy. And he was not an adult at that time. And secondly, as the footnote was saying, one has to, as Amma always tells us, that one has to leave all these false values behind to attain to the Lord. And he was talking about these false values, which are the 6 false values, which is the he was taking the 8 bondages. That's what he's saying. The 8 bondages, which are hatred, fear, shame, aversion, egoism, vanity, pride of noble birth, and obsession. I mean, any one of them is enough for us. I remember, many of the members in my family, I was brought up in a Brahmin family, did not want to come and see Amma because she belonged to the fisherman caste. So that pride, just to say that, even one, they could not come to Amma because of that, of their vanity, and the pride of their noble birth. And so, you think about the rest 7, and one after the other. And here, that's what he is saying. One of the things that we have to, as Amma also says, shame. Shame is also one important factor which we have to leave behind. Do you know when they gave sannyasa to us, we didn't do that. Amma didn't ask us to do that. But as a sannyasin, before wearing the sannyasa robes, you are supposed to take off all the, yellow clothes which you were wearing as a brahmachari, or whichever clothes, white. Some were wearing white, some were wearing yellow. And you have to take off, and you have to come naked in front of the Guru, ask for the clothes, beg for the clothes, and receive the clothes. So that is the tradition. But Amma didn't make us do that. So what I'm saying is, why they are asking us to do that was to remove the shame and the feeling that I am the body. Why the shame comes is because of the body consciousness. And when the body consciousness comes, there are so many things attached to it. That's why he's talking about the 8 bondages. And so when only and only when one renounces all these 8 bondages, that one is eligible for sannyasa. That's why one of the things that they ask you to do is to come naked in front of the Guru and receive the clothes. As is this tradition, the other tradition. You might have seen the Naga sannyasis of India. They don't wear clothes. Their whole body is smeared with ashes. And nobody feels anything odd about them unless they come to US or any other country. They come out of India. And when they go, people revere them, they bow down to them and give them money and food and all these things. And it's such a very normal thing. Of course, there are also normal things in the Western world where you have nude beaches and nude colonies where people walk without clothes. That's totally different. But it's not a renunciation of shame. They don't want to wear any clothes. That's the whole point. Anyway, the other factor is also that when renouncing that the cloth that is hiding your body, that's taking out the shame and also the feeling of I am the body. So that's why he's saying, when Lord Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he started meditating. He started throwing away his clothes, and he was sitting naked and doing his meditation. And so he also said that he was shaking off all the bondages of false values, without which you cannot go beyond. So here, we have to understand this, as they said very properly, that when Lord Krishna asked the gopis to take off their clothes, it is for this purpose. And also remember, he was not alone. He was sitting with his friends. All the Gopas were also there. And his brother Balarama was also there. And it was in front of everyone. And you can think about it, if it was Lord Krishna alone, then the gopis would have felt much, must have less shame and much comfortable. But in this case, what happens is, he was sitting there with all the other gopas, and which actually enhanced their shame. And so the other aspect of it is also, as you see, when we are young, we don't have that much shame, right? And you must have seen this interaction between the little kid Bodham and Amma. And one day Amma asked Bodham to take off his shirt, and he just immediately took it off. Do you think I will take it off if Amma asked me to do it? I still have some shame. And so if somebody else would do it, they won't. Just like Bodham. Bodham had no problems. And Amma was making fun of his tummy. And he's saying his tummy is so huge. It looks like Hanuman. And Amma was calling him the names of all the demons. Duryodhana, Bhima, and all these names. But he did not feel bad about it. He was so happy about it. And so in that sense, why are we, when we grow up, Why are we losing that innocence? Obviously, the ego is maturing, right? As we grow up, the ego is also maturing. We become more aware of so many other things, as they say, and which is in fact entangling us in all, as we're saying, all the false values and the 8 bondages, which are hatred, fear, shame, aversion, egoism, vanity, and pride of noble birth, and obsession with formalities of good conduct. So this is the whole thing. I mean, it's not that you should do it in front of the public. That's not the point. If they do it in front of the public, the police will come and take you and put you in a mental asylum. But if you do it in front of the Guru, that is a different thing. Or doing it in front of the Lord is a different thing. And that's why he's saying, one of the things the gopis asked was that to make the Lord their husband. So do you think that Lord Krishna will become their husband? He was only 8 years old. But when they asked Lord to be their husband, that means it should be the relationship between them and the Lord should be like that. And of course, many of the gopis had already been married. They had husbands, they had children. And they were old, much older than Lord Krishna, almost double or triple the age of Lord Krishna. And some of the devotees, of course, they also want, tell Amma that you be my husband or you be my wife, you be my partner. They also come and tell Amma that I want to marry you. And all these things. But as I said, it's like as Lord Krishna was saying, if the seed is already boiled or it is roasted, it cannot germinate. There is no passion. There is no sexual passion once you come to the Lord. So here, we have to understand this thoroughly. Otherwise, many questions may come up, and asking this, wasn't it improper of Lord Krishna to do this? Why did he do this? And as they said, wasn't he just a Eve teaser, a woman teaser? And all these questions may arise. So we, as they have said, we have to look at it from the perspective of the Paramahamsa, where one has to renounce all the 8 bondages. So now, the next chapter, this is Skanda 10, chapter 23, which is a salvation of the pious Brahmana women. And the Gopas said, O Rama, the powerful, O Krishna, the eraser of the wicked, we are overpowered by hunger. Do something to relieve it. Sri Shuka said, with a view to bless the pious wives of a group of Brahmanas in the neighborhood, Krishna replied as follows to the representation of his friends. Here there are some Brahmanas. Brahmanas means also priests. And Brahmins means, they're in those days also the job of the Brahmins was to conduct different rituals. So they devoted to the Vedas, who are engaged in a long-drawn sacrifice called Angirasa, with a view to attain heaven. O Gopas, go there as our emissaries and beg food of them in the names of my worshipful brother and myself. As directed by the Lord, they fell in prostration before the Brahmanas, joining their hands in salutation, and begged of them as follows: O holy Brahmanas, we wish you all prosperity and happiness. Know us to be Gopas, come to you at the command of Krishna and Rama. Those two are standing there, not far away from this place, tending a cattle. As they are very hungry, they require some food from you. You are the knowers of Dharma. If you have respect and regard for them and also sufficient quantity of food, please be good enough to give some. Prohibition to take food from a sacrificer extends only to the time before animal sacrifice is made in rites where such is involved, and also to the sacrifice known as Shautramani. There is no demerit in taking the food of a sacrificer, with this exception. Though those Brahmanas heard this request of the Lord conveyed to them, they preferred to pretend that they did not hear it, for they were confirmed ritualists, aspiring for short-lived heavenly enjoyments and childishly silly in outlook, though considering themselves to be wise elders. These men of perverse intelligence, entrenched in the pride of their Brahminhood, arising from their identification with the body, could see nothing but an ordinary man in Krishna, who in reality was the Supreme Brahman, and the worshipful Lord Mahavishnu incarnated. He alone has manifested as sacrifice with all its parts, the time, place, sacrificial offerings, mantras, practices, sacrificing priests, sacrificial fire, deities, master of sacrifice, and the fruits of sacrifice. As they neither assented or refused, but only kept quiet, as they had not heard, the Gopas returned disappointed to Rama and Krishna and reported the matter. So here you have to note one of the things is these Brahmins or Brahmanas, they were doing these rituals, ritualistic worship. Why? Because they wanted to go to heaven after death. So they must have heard that if you do good things, if you do all these sacrifices, all these rituals, it will take you to heaven. I mean, there's no problem with that, but we have to understand the only problem is when you go to heaven, that's okay, but after your punya is exhausted, your merit is exhausted, that's why they say Shine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. That means after your merits are exhausted, you have to go back and take another birth. So here he's juxtaposing two things. One is the people who want to achieve heaven, saying that, when you go to heaven, it's very nice. You will be there in a golden car, and there will be so many people to serve you, and even some people, think about women and all these things, wives, so many wives attending, and all these things. They say all these things, but is that real? I mean, that may be real. But after some time, what happens is it will all disappear. As I said, the punya is exhausted, you have to come back. So, what is eternal? Eternal is the fact that when you are with the Lord. That's why he's saying here, when you take about Lord Mahavishnu, or they're talking about the Supreme Brahman, as manifested as the sacrifice with all its parts, the time, the place, sacrificial offerings, mantras, practices, sacrificing priests, sacrificial fire, deities, master of sacrifice, and fruits of the sacrifice. So the Supreme Brahman itself has taken these forms, which they are not aware. So instead of going to all these places like the palaces and all these things, why can't you go directly to the Creator who has created this? So that is a question they are asking. And Krishna, the Lord of the universe, laughed at this. And in order to demonstrate the worldly wisdom of persistence in begging in spite of failures, said to them, "Go and inform the wives of those Brahmanas that I and my brother have arrived near their place. They have got great love for me, and they really live in me, though physically they are in their homes. They will give you whatever rice you need." So the Gopas went again to the women's quarter in the sacrificial campus, where they saw the wives of the sacrificing Brahmanas sitting well dressed and well decorated. Saluting them with humility, they said to them as follows: "Salutations to you, the wives of the Brahmanas. Please listen to us. We have been sent here by Krishna, who is tending cattle nearby. And tending cattle along with Rama and the Gopas, he has come far away from home. He and his party are very hungry. He requests you to give them some food." The report that Krishna was near their place filled the Brahmana women with excitement, for they had been very much attracted by accounts of his deed and were eagerly awaiting an opportunity to meet him. Their minds being firmly fixed on the Lord through hearing from early days with his deeds and excellences, these women, though obstructed by their husbands, brothers, sons, and other relatives, rushed to meet Krishna as the rivers rush to the ocean, carrying with them the 4 types of food well cooked and flavored. The women saw Krishna with his brothers surrounded by Gopa boys, moving about in a grove on the bank of the Yamuna, abounding in Ashoka trees with tender leaves. They saw him, blue in complexion, wearing golden-colored cloth, decorated in the fashion of a dancer with a wreath of wild flowers, peacock feathers, tender leaves, and mineral paints, resting one hand on the shoulder of a friend by the side, with the other twirling a play lotus with blue lilies on his ears and frontal locks dangling about his smiling cheeks. For long had they been hearing about the excellences of the Lord and deriving the highest satisfaction and absorption of mind in him. And now, seeing him in front, they drew him through their eyes into the chambers of their hearts and got relief from the pain of separation by a spiritual embrace of him, as the eye sense gets relief by union with Prajna, the witness of the state of deep sleep. So here the author, that is Lord Vyasa, is juxtaposing the rituals with devotion, highest form of devotion. Not that he's not saying that rituals are not needed, but one of the things we have to understand is talking about the highest point of devotion. Many of the people have devotion by, they go to the, different places of worship. But as Amma says, what happens is when they go there, it's a commercial venture. What they are praying there is, "Oh Lord, I want this, I want a promotion, I want to pass in my exam, I want to have a beautiful wife or a husband, or I want a house, I want this, I want that, and so I will give you this. When we were young, there was a Ganapati temple. And one of the offerings is in that Ganapati temple was coconuts. You go there and break coconuts. And of course, you cannot take the coconuts, it goes to the temple. But what we used to do is, especially, we wouldn't go that much before the exams. I mean, when there are no exams. But when the exams, the final examination time, we go there and pray to Ganapati and say, I'll give you, 50 coconuts. Please pass me in this exam. Let me score good marks. So this was a kind of a commercial transaction between us and God. So here, that's what is juxtaposing with the highest point of devotion, the devotion to the Lord. And Lord Krishna knew the hearts of these Brahmana women. And that's why he first sent these boys to the Brahmanas who were doing the rituals, and where they did not give anything, then he sent them to their wives. And the moment the wives heard that Lord Krishna was there, they just left everything and ran. Just like we would do when we hear Amma is coming, then we will just drop everything and run after her. So just like that, they also left everything and they ran. And in spite of their husbands, their brothers, their children's advice as to not to go, they did not listen to them. They went running to Lord Krishna with the food. And so that's a beautiful thing, that's what he's saying, that when they saw him, and it's a beautiful description, blue in complexion, wearing golden colored cloth, decorated in the fashion of a dancer with the wreath of wildflowers, peacock feathers, tender leaves and mineral paints, resting one hand on the shoulder of a friend by the side, with the other twirling a play lotus with blue lilies on his ears, and frontal locks dangling about his smiling cheeks. So you can just imagine, you can just picture Lord Krishna. And so they're saying that when they saw him, it's just like that. When just looking at him, they got relief from the pain of separation by a spiritual embrace of him. Just like they're saying the eye sense get relief by union of prajna, the witness of the state of deep sleep. So this is what he's saying. So here, when just here, we have to understand, when what he's talking about is the witness of the state of deep sleep. It's not going into deep sleep. Of course, when we go to deep sleep, also we feel nourished, right? And I was asking that question: why do we feel not bored? Because we sleep every night, right? Also night and day, or sometimes day also. And especially when you hear satsangs, sleep comes automatically. So you are not bored with sleep. Everything else you are bored. So why are you not bored? Because that's where you are returning to your home. You're going back to your home because it's a union with the Lord, with the God. But the only problem is that we are not aware of it in our state. Whereas in the case of a great Mahatma like Amma, she is also witnessing during her sleep. I remember one of the stories of Shirdi Sai Baba. And Shirdi Sai Baba had 3 other people with him all the time, walking, and they were serving him and all these things. In the night, when they would go to sleep, Sai Baba used to put his feet on the bottom and ask all the others to rest their feet on his feet. And as soon as they slowly get into sleep, Sai Baba will pull his feet, and what happens? All the other 3 fall down and they wake up. He would keep doing this the whole night. Why? Because, it was reminding them of the purpose of sleep as well, and also the wakefulness. And similarly, our Amma, even though she sleeps every hour, she calls Swamini Sri Lakshmi and asks, what is the time? As if she doesn't know the time. She knows the time perfectly to each, minute second or half a second or a millimeter of a second. And why should she do that? Sometimes she, wakes her up by kicking her, asking her to get up, and pushing her and saying, get up, what is the time? And so in one sense, that's, that is, they want us to sleep, but also Amma tells people who are sick to go and sleep, especially people who have high blood pressure, diabetes and all these things. Amma says you should get sleep 6 hours, 8 hours. She also tells the children to go and sleep. It's not that she does not tell people not to sleep, but to spiritual aspirants. Why does she do Devi Bhava in the night? She could have started like 10 or 11 in the morning and finished by 11 o'clock at night. But she starts only in the evening at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and goes throughout the whole night. So that's also the concept of Shivaratri, right? Shivaratri, why do we keep ourselves awake? One day in a year. That too, half of the time we are sleeping. Other half is, our eyes are half open. And so what that shows is that the awareness that we maintain during deep sleep should be also there. And you should not be dead to the body. So when we don't have awareness, it's like death, right? There's not much of a difference between dying and sleeping without awareness, except we are snoring. And so, coming back, or say, they are saying, what they were saying was that the prajna, that is the individual self who knows, it's when the Brahmana ladies looked at Lord Krishna, what happened? It was as if looking at their own highest self. And this is what happens when we go to Amma. We are not looking at this 5-foot Indian woman, we are looking at our own self. And that's why many people, they cry, they weep, they have different types of reactions. Some go into bliss, some just fall down like that. And some start jumping, some start shaking, and all these things. Because who Amma is. So similarly, so we have to understand that when we read these stories only, because of Amma, who Amma is, and we have seen Amma, then we can understand it better. We cannot make fun of these things. And we understand it, just like Lord Krishna did to the gopis. And why did he do that? There's just wanted to finish by another example. One day, one of the brahmacharis, as you know, when during Amma was giving darshan, went and whispered in her ear that he had this vasana of looking at beautiful women. And so he didn't want anybody else to know. And he said, Amma, I just want to tell you this very secretly, so please keep it as a secret. Don't share it with anybody. I have this. And Amma laughed, and suddenly, loud voice told everybody, oh, this guy is looking at all the women here, the beautiful woman here, and that's his job. When he comes and sits here. So he was going underneath Amma's chair out of shame. And then after some time he asked Amma, Amma, why did you do that? I told you a secret. You should have kept that secret. So Amma said, are you teaching me what to do? This is my job, to get rid of your shame, your ego. And that's my job. And I'm doing that. So just saying that that's what the Guru, the Master, does to take away our, the feeling of I sense. So that's why I'm saying it's very easy to relate for us to these stories and not to look at it in a perverse manner. Om Amriteshwari Namah.
Ambe Ma Jagadambe Ma Ambe Ma Jagadambe Ma Jagadambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma. Amritamayi, Anandamayi, Amritanandamayi, Ma. Amritamayi, Anandamayi, Amritanandamayi, Ma. Amritamayi, Anandamayi, Amritanandamayi, Ma. Amritamai, Anandamai, Amritanandamai. Shantimai, Suhasamai, Amritanandamai. Shantimai, Suhasamai, Amritanandamai. Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma. Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Jagadambe Ma. मैं हूँ अनाथ, तू ही माता। मैं हूँ अनाथ, तू ही माता। माया दीदा सद्गुरु माता। माया दीदा सद्गुरु माता। माया दीदा सद्गुरु माता। माया दीदा सद्गुरु माता। वेद पुराण तू ही गीत। 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 अमृतमयी अम्बे मां, अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अमृतमयी, आनंदमयी, अमृतानंदमयी, मां। अमृतमयी, आनंदमयी, अमृतानंदमयी। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां। अम्बे मां, जगदम्बे मां।
लक्ष्मी नारायणी कल्याणी
लक्ष्मी नारायणी कल्याणी
त्रिशूलवाणी अम्बा भवानी
त्रिशूलवाणी अम्बा भवानी
त्रिशूलवाणी अम्बा भवानी
त्रिशूलवाणी अम्बा भवानी
अमृतमयी अम्बे मां जगदम्बे शांतिमयी सुहासमयी अमृतानंदमयी
शांतिमयी सुहासमयी अमृतानंदमयी
अम्बे मां जगदम्बे मां जगदम्बे
अम्बे मां जगदम्बे मां अम्बे मां जगदम्बे मां
अम्बे मां जगदम्बे
अम्बे मां जगदम्बे
जगदम्बे
अम्बे मां जगदम्बे
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
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 सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सिद्धिविनायक भवभयनाशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
सुरमुनिवन्दित श्रीगणेशा
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विनायका विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विश्वाधारा विनायका
विश्वधारा विनायका
विनायका विनायका विश्वाधारा विनायका Gopala.
Govinda Gopala, Hari Hari Govinda Gopala.
Gao gao Hari Guna gao, Jaya Hari 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 Gopala.
Govinda Gopala, Hari Hari Govinda Gopala.
Govinda Gopala, Hari Hari Govinda Gopala.
Madhav Gopala, Hari Hari Mohan Gopala.
Madhava Gopala, Hari Hari Mohan Gopala.
Madhav Gopala, Hari Hari Mohan Gopala.
Madhava Gopala, Hari Hari Mohan Gopala.
प्रेम से बोलो सब मिल बोलो, जय हरि गोपाला.
प्रेम से बोलो सब मिल बोलो, जय हरि गोपाला.
गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि
गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि
गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंदा हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि
गोविंदा हरि हरि
गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंदा
हरि हरि गोपाला, हरि हरि
गोविंद गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंद गोपाला.
गोविंद गोपाला, हरि हरि गोविंद गोपाला.
मधुर मधुर है मधुर मधुर तेरा नाम 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 गोपाला.
नाम गोपाला.
तेरा नाम गोपाला.
तेरा नाम गोपाला.
तेरा नाम गोपाला.
मधुर मधुर है मधुर मधुर तेरा नाम गोपाला.
मधुर मधुर है मधुर मधुर तेरा नाम गोपाला.
प्रेम से बोलो सब मिल बोलो. गोविंद गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद गोपाला
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि गोविंद हरि हरि गोपाला हरि हरि
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो
जागो माँ काली जागो 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 माँ श्याम जागो जागो
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो
जागो माँ काली जागो 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 माँ श्याम जागो जागो
आ खड़ी है यहाँ पर ये दुश्मन सभी कम मत लोभ कुछ है ये नाम उनके
खड़े हैं यहाँ पर ये दुश्मन सभी काम मत लोभ कुछ है नाम उनके
आ खड़े है यहाँ पर ये दुश्मन सभी कम मत लोभ कुछ है ये नाम उनके
खड़े हैं यहाँ पर ये दुश्मन सभी काम मत लोभ कुछ है नाम उनके
ले जाएंगे माँ मुझको बना के कदी
ले जाएंगे माँ मुझको बना के कदी
ले जाएंगे माँ मुझको बना के कदी
जाएंगे माँ मुझको बना के कदी
काली तेरी झलक से
काली तेरी झलक से
वो काली तेरी झलक से
काली तेरी झलक से
मिट जाएंगे सभी जगो माँ काली जागो जगो जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो
जागो माँ काली जागो 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 माँ श्याम जागो जागो
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो
जागो माँ काली जागो 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 माँ श्याम जागो जागो
तू न आए तो मैया कहेंगे सभी इसकी माँ में थोड़ी सी दया ही नहीं
न आई तो मैया कहेंगे सभी इसकी माँ में थोड़ी सी दया ही नहीं
तू न आए तो मैया कहेंगे
सभी, इसकी माँ में थोड़ी सी दया भी नहीं।
तू न आए तो मैया कहेंगे सभी, इसकी माँ में थोड़ी सी दया भी नहीं।
रोता है ये शिशु पर भी माँ है सोई,
रोता है शिशु फिर भी माँ है सोई।
रोता है ये शिशु पर भी माँ है सोई।
रोता है शिशु फिर भी माँ है सोई।
करो रक्षा मेरी,
करो रक्षा मेरी,
करो रक्षा मेरी,
करो रक्षा मेरी।
जागो माँ तुम अभी, जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो।
जागो माँ काली जागो जागो, जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो।
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो।
जागो माँ काली जागो जागो, जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो।
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो।
जागो माँ काली जागो जागो, जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो।
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो।
जागो माँ काली जागो जागो, जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो।
जगो माँ काली जागो जगो,
जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो। जागो माँ काली जागो जागो, जागो माँ श्याम जागो जागो। जागो माँ
जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो, जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो, जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो, जगो माँ काली जागो जगो, जगो माँ श्याम जागो जगो। जय बोलो सद्गुरु माता अमृतानंदमयी देवी की अमृतेश्वरी मङ्गलम् प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मङ्गलम् भुवनेश्वरी मङ्गलम् सुकृतिना एकाश्रये अमृतेश्वरी मङ्गलम् प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मङ्गलम् भुवनेश्वरी मङ्गलम् सुकृतिना एकाश्रये हृदयेश्वरी हृदिलसत्तेजोमयी मङ्गलम् मृदुभाषिणी मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमागृते मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमागृते मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमागृते मङ्गलम्। असतो मां सद्गमय तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्माम् अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।